What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting brand new Liverpool transfer news video, because a German, very respectable journalist is reporting that Liverpool are in the race to sign Karim Adeyemi, who is a lightning quick winger who can play on the left wing, on the right wing, as a centre forward, attacking midfielder in multiple attacking positions. And Liverpool joined the race to sign Adeyemi. Sky Germany, which is a very good German news outlet and TV station, Patrick Berger is working for them, and he is reporting that many top clubs are monitoring the situation around Adeyemi, because Borussia Dortmund is open to sell if a top offer comes in, as it was already reported. So Dortmund would be willing to sell Adeyemi, who is a German international, and he was a regular at Borussia Dortmund for the past 2 seasons. He had a great first season and a pretty average second season. That's why Dortmund maybe are open to selling Adeyemi if a good offer comes in for him. So 20-25 million could be enough to get a very talented, very fast, lightning quick winger who is tricky and who has a lot of potential. And one bad season for a young player, we shouldn't write him off, we shouldn't judge him too harshly, because his first season he was absolutely fantastic for Borussia Dortmund, and we will take a look at his career so far, detailed scout report and analysis of his stats and everything else that you need to know about Karim Adeyemi. It will be in this video, so if you enjoy these, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. So Dortmund would consider offers around 30 million euros, which is 25 million pounds, and given Adeyemi's dynamic and positionally versatile qualities, he could be the perfect man to strengthen Liverpool's front line. And he can't only play on the left wing, he can play on the right wing as well, so he would be a really good understudy for Mo Salah. And Liverpool even tried to sign Adeyemi in 2022 when he eventually joined Dortmund from Salzburg, but Liverpool's interest goes back a lot further. The Athletic is reporting that Liverpool tried to get him as early as 2016, when Adeyemi was just a teenager, a young boy plying his trade in Austria. He was actually at the Bayern Munich youth academy from a very young age, but a contract dispute made Adeyemi leave the Bayern Munich youth academy. And Liverpool certainly have all the information they would want on Adeyemi. The bigger question is where would Adeyemi fit in at Liverpool, and I think Adeyemi would be converted to a right winger, because Liverpool have Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, Diogo Jota, who can all play on the left wing. Arne already told Darwin Núñez that he will be our focal point, our number 9. He will play through the middle, and rightfully so, because Darwin Núñez's best position is as a striker, and we have enough left wingers at the club. But Adeyemi could play on the right wing. He played there already many times in his career. And Liverpool clearly feel that Adeyemi has talent. So the fact that we have been scouting him for a long time indicates to me that Liverpool rate Adeyemi highly. Now is the chance to get him. And according to Sky Germany, a number of big clubs are interested in Adeyemi, including Chelsea, Liverpool, Juventus and AC Milan. No concrete talks have been held, but Liverpool are clearly interested and monitoring this situation. And he won actually the Bundesliga Best Young Player of the award, which is called the Bundesliga Rookie of the Year award, during his debut season, but he wasn't able to make the same impact this season. Adeyemi scored 14 goals and got another 8 assists in 66 appearances across all competitions. It remains to be seen what Adeyemi's plans are for his future. If he does look to leave this summer, Dortmund would need to further bolster their attack, because Jadon Sancho went back to Man United. Borussia Dortmund didn't make the transfer permanent, and Daniel Hepburn in the news outlet Give Me Sport is also reporting that Liverpool have entered the race for Karim Adeyemi. And Chelsea have already been very active in the transfer market. They signed a bunch of players from South America, Estevao Willian, for example, and other players. They already signed Dewsbury Hall from Leicester, Toshin Adarabioyo from Fulham as a free agent. But Chelsea are looking for a left winger, and because Mykhailo Mudryk hasn't said the word right, to put it lightly, he has been absolutely shocking for Chelsea. So Adeyemi would actually be a great signing for Chelsea, and if I was Adeyemi, maybe I would prefer to sign for Chelsea, where I will be a regular starter instead of going to Liverpool, even though Chelsea are not on a upward trajectory. Liverpool are in the Champions League, so Liverpool will be a more attractive club to Adeyemi. But the fact is, he will be a backup for Mo Salah if Adeyemi comes in. But for 25 million, you can do a lot worse than signing Adeyemi, who is a very talented player. You will see in this video how talented he is. But his league statistics, and this is why Dortmund are thinking about selling him. He only played 915 minutes, so he played just 9 full games if you add up his minutes. That's very low. Sorry, 10 full games. If you add up his minutes, he scored 3 goals, got 1 assist. He got 1 shot per game, almost 1 dribble per game, 0.4 key passes per game. So even Mudryk had a better season at Chelsea in the Premier League. And in total, Adeyemi played 34 games, but most of them as a substitute, only scoring 5 goals and getting 2 assists. But the reason why Liverpool would want him is his previous 2 seasons, so we will take a look at that in a second. And Liverpool were thinking about moving for Karim Adeyemi last summer, because he had a great season last season, and the continued interest is understandable because Adeyemi still has fantastic attributes. He's only 22 years old, he still has great potential, he's lightning quick, a very tricky winger. He just needs to work on his finishing and he needs to improve his goals and assist ratio. But Luis Diaz and Mo Salah both face uncertain futures at Liverpool, so it makes sense for Liverpool to go for a young winger who can play in either position of Luis Diaz or Mo Salah. Adeyemi is known for his pace and agility, and he could add a new fresh dynamic to the front line. Adeyemi has the skill set to challenge all kinds of defenders and create scoring opportunities, potentially increasing Liverpool's offensive threat. So Adeyemi could not only offer immediate impact at Liverpool, he has a really good potential, and without the pressure of immediately starting for Liverpool, Liverpool could bet him in. And Arne loves to work with young players, and he loves to improve young players, and this could be a masterstroke. If Adeyemi turns out to be great for 25 million, it's a very low risk transfer because he could really triple or quadruple his value. But if he doesn't start the world right, 25 million, that's not a lot of money. So Liverpool can take this risk without thinking a lot about it, I think. And remember, Liverpool signed Bobby Firmino in 2015 for just 29 million, and he was a really underrated player at the time, and he went on to score 111 goals in 300 games for Liverpool. And if you look at Adeyemi's stats from the 2022-23 season, where he had a brilliant campaign, he was in the top 17% of goals scored in terms of fellow attacking wingers and attacking midfielders. He was in the top 15% in terms of assists, so he's scored 0.4 goals, 0.3 assists. Goal creating actions almost 1 per game, which was top 4% among the top 5 leagues, wingers and attacking midfielders. And his left-footed style could see him forge an exciting connection with Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right-hand side if he plays ahead of Mo Salah, sometimes when Salah needs a rest or if he's at the Africa Cup of Nations. And also Adeyemi attempted 6 dribbles per 90 minutes with an accuracy of 36%. As you can see by this graphic, he likes to take players on, and I love players like that. And he can progress the ball from the left hand side, the right hand side, and also in the middle. He's good at getting into the box. He has really great ball carrying ability, and he also averaged 5.5 progressive actions successfully per 90 minutes in that Bundesliga season, as you can see. And he's still only 22 years old, so his best years are still ahead of him. He already has a few appearances for the German national team, and his current market value is around 23-25 million pounds. He has a contract until 2027. As you can see, he can play across the front line. Left winger is his main position, but he can play right winger and centre forward. And he already played 232 games, so for 25 million you get a very experienced player who scored 85 goals and got 52 assists across all competitions throughout his career. So he's a really good player, and I think he could be a bargain. As you can see, in his last season with Salzburg, he scored 23 goals, 9 assists, so 32 goal contributions in 44 games. And in his first season at Bayern, having only played 1,870 minutes, so he wasn't like starting all the time, he scored 9 goals and got 6 assists, so 15 goal contributions in 32 games. That's 1 goal or assist every 2 games for Dortmund. And yes, this season that just finished, he had a really below par season, disrupted by injuries. He only scored 5 goals and got 2 assists, so his end product was lacking. But Dortmund also didn't have as good a season as they had last season. In the Champions League, Dortmund was great, and Adeyemi, I've watched him in the Champions League mainly. He was also pretty decent, scoring 2 goals and 1 assist in the Champions League. But he had a few muscle injuries. As you can see, he missed in total 10 games with injuries this season. Last season he only missed like 5 or 6 games for Dortmund. The rest of the injuries were missing him from the Germany national team. So having watched Adeyemi in the Champions League, he's a very exciting player. He likes to get the ball and take on people and run at people, and he's really fast, really tricky. Maybe physically he's not as strong as somebody like Luis Diaz or Mo Salah, so he needs to work on his muscles, his physical build, his strength. But otherwise, he's a very exciting young player. And for 25 million, as I said, it's a pretty low risk transfer. Nowadays, for 25 million, you don't get as good players as Karim Adeyemi. So if Dortmund is willing to let him go, then I think it's a gamble worth taking for Liverpool. That's my verdict. Let me know what they think in the comments below. And after Portugal got eliminated from the Euros, Diogo Jota is enjoying his break, but Steve Nicol, former Liverpool player and now pundit at ESPN, said, if I'm Diogo Jota, I'm going straight to the training camp. I'm not having a break for 2 seasons. One, you want to get in the team, you want to get into the starting 11, you want to be one of the front 3, and that we think is going to be playing up front. But he's also missed a lot of last season, so fatigue or anything like that isn't going to come into his thinking. If I'm him, as soon as I can, I'm getting my boots, I'm getting myself down to Anfield and making sure that I start training and I start showing the new manager Arne what I'm all about. And Diogo Jota had a pretty decent season, disrupted by injuries. He still scored 15 goals and got 4 assists in 32 appearances across all competitions, but Jota has a knack of picking up injuries, so Steve Nicol has made a good point that he should get down at Anfield and really show Arne Slot what he's all about. And also I put on my Spain shirt because I'm supporting Spain and the Netherlands at the Euros. Of course I want England to do well as well because of Trent Alexander-Arnold, but I just can't stand how Gareth Southgate is playing with this England side. And the Spain-France semi-final was pretty great in the first half, really bit flat in the second half, but Spain, who I support now at the Euros because they play the most exciting football and I love that, has been the best team I think in the competition. And Lamine Jamal, the Barcelona youngster at just 16 years old, scored the absolutely one of the best goals of the whole tournament. And also he's the youngest player ever to score a goal at the Euros. He's the youngest player to ever get an assist. He is even the youngest player to ever play at the Euros. So the fact that he's scoring and assisting and one of the best players at the Euros shows that there is a very bright future for him. And my wife is a Barcelona fan, so she absolutely loves seeing Lamine Jamal do well. And I love young players who are very exciting to watch, like Jamal or Yamal. So I'm really, really happy for him. And I hope that Spain win the Euros because I think the way they have played throughout the whole tournament, exciting, attacking football, they deserve it so far. But of course, that's not how football works. England probably didn't deserve to go to the semi-finals, and yet there they are, and they have a chance against the Netherlands because the Netherlands defense is not the best. But I really, really hope that the Netherlands keep playing this expensive attacking football because that would make a much better game to watch than the previous England games. So I'm really looking forward to watch the other semi-final today and then the final on Sunday. That's my verdict for the Spain-France game. France was very disappointing. Mbappe at the Euros just didn't click. He's a player who scored so many goals at the World Cup, but at the Euros so far he has 1 penalty goal, I think. So it's just not his competition so far. And he was desperate to do well at the Euros. So I think Mbappe will be disappointed with his European campaign, like the whole France team, who were favorites going into this tournament. But they got to the semi-finals, so it's not the worst performance from them. But I expected much better, especially much better football from France. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.